You're now locked onto the Pulse Radio Show with Xtina.
He likes it so loud. This is why I have one ear on.
You're late in the ear.
Oh, sorry.
Turn it up. Down.
Yeah, Big Red tries to deafen us in here.
It's good there. X marks the pop. We so hard here.
Good night, everybody, once again. All right, so we can switch it up a little bit. I know we've been in our, as Joe says, in our crop of a bag for months. We've been in the crop of a bag. I'm going to reach into our international bag now.
Nice.
So, this week, let me backtrack a little bit. Nicki Minaj released Queen. Album I've been listening to a little bit earlier tonight because I had to come off the crop of a wave. But I was getting into that. I really like what I'm hearing so far. I didn't get to finish the album, but I will finish that later. But I like it. I like it so far. But of course, with album releases, gotta come like promo.
Yeah.
And drama. Stuff to push the sales, So, this is how I'm viewing it. Big drama explode yesterday, kind of this morning. So we just get into that now a little bit. I actually saved off a lot of the tweets and the Instagram posts, but then I'm like, there's so many, like the order is crazy. But I was checking out her interviews too with Funkmaster Flex. Mm-hmm. That was she did that yesterday.
Yes, yeah.
Envy's take on Rumor Report on Breakfast Club as well, because Rumor Report would have also covered it, but then DJ Envy had his 2 cents to put in, and then Joe Budden's podcast releases on Thursday mornings, but usually they will release some clips in between, Marcus, as you know, depending on like how hot a topic is. So I actually got to catch up on the half-hour clip based on this actual back and forth on Joe Budden. I got that this evening. So I'm all caught up now, finally.
All caught up.
It was a lot for a day.
Can you brief Red and I know?
Yeah, no, I have the receipts.
Receipts.
I got the receipts pulled up, so I'm trying to follow them. So I think one of the first things we would have seen, compliments the Shade Room. There was just some questions like what would be the basis for an attack on a female rapper like Nicki? Like, what did Nicki do to DJ Self? Now, for those that don't know, DJ Self, I actually only became really familiar with him off of a couple seasons ago, Love and Hip Hop New York. But he is a pretty reputable DJ in New York. So basically, Nicki explains that he's mad at her because she refused to give him a drop. A drop is basically like what you would have heard just now, like my introduction, or a hug. And how he was, hug? Yeah. So basically, because she refused to give him a drop or a hug, he was just up there dissing. Well, there was a discussion between her album and Cardi B. Can't say that word on here. And thinking that would make her, be cool with him.
You can't sit on here.
Oh no, we can't. I think we.
So wait, so he asked for either a drop
allegedly,
or a hug.
Allegedly.
But a hug ain't worth as much as a drop. Though, how much a drop is Red from a big artist? Not like hundreds of dollars.
Joe asked this. What would you take, a hug or a drop?
From Nicki Minaj?
Yeah.
I would take the drop.
I would take the drop for sure.
What would you take, Marcus?
I would take the hug though.
Wait.
But here is it. I think DJ Clue was doing a drop less.
Right. But okay, you're jumping ahead because that would be in DJ Self's defense. But what Nicki did say, she basically cussed him out and said, he passed up on his meal ticket. Now he's getting crumbs from her table, meaning Cardi B, because there was a discussion about Cardi B's album and her album, and allegedly Self said he liked Cardi's album better.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
So she called DJ Self a reality TV H-word and how he used to be a respected DJ. So then she again dissed him for wanting a hug, how he holds no weight in the city, he has no roster, and how basically she did Clue's show and how he was up there, Self was up there looking like a sad kid asking for this drop and for a hug, and how she won't give him any drop because he's not a DJ.
Self was good.
In her opinion. And she goes on to say, why wait till I leave? she's got some hungry N-words with her and how she'll be back tomorrow. So that, of course, was taken as a threat. Now, Self would have come back and defended himself by saying, you know, he never asked for this drop. He never asked for this hug. And as you were mentioning, Ken, she and DJ Clue were having a conversation about doing a drop for him and Self.
Right.
So it wasn't really that she and Self were having a conversation. So he's saying basically there was no conversation. He never asked for anything. He and Nicki don't even speak unless she has a project coming. So he already knows what kind of relationship they have. You know, so these were all in his defense. And now to go on to the topic of DJ Envy, that last tweet that I read, which would have been how she has some people with her who would basically pay him a visit. Envy was highly offended and basically said that, you know, if Self had actually disrespected her, said something foul about her, he would understand. But all he basically said was he favored Cardi's album over hers, and then to threaten him that is a problem. So he actually was looking out for other DJs in New York to not play her music.
But I mean, it's just an opinion, but
yeah,
it's sort of insulting the real too, because to me, Cardi B is whack. I mean,
I don't find so.
No, she is
but
whack,
again,
man.
opinions. All right.
Why you say so though, Ken?
Yeah, what's your reason?
Be like her style of rapping, her lyrics, her delivery is so cheesy. Be like so ABC 1, 2, 3, like.
You a hater though, Ken?
I'm over here like.
Like Nicki Minaj is so charismatic with her lyrics, B. I actually feel somebody who writes for Cardi, like just
no, they do.
Like,
but still,
I don't know because I watch.
By the way, this is you really a G virgin for what you really want to say about this.
I knew I was introduced to Cardi on Loving Her Up before she even started on this rapping, and she has such a personality. I actually feel like those are her lyrics.
Yeah,
I mean, she may get help, but I feel like those are her.
She got a
lyrics.
lot of help.
Nah, I don't. They aren't her lyrics though. They actually one of her writers is Lil Kim's old writer that wrote.
Right.
I think.
What that would explain.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying, Ken. You gotta look at Cardi B different though. Anyway, I don't know if you got.
Yeah, so do look at her different.
I don't want to digress. I don't want to digress from.
Well, DJ Self was saying he doesn't know if there are issues with the fact that he is friends with Safaree, who would be Nicki's ex-boyfriend, former hype man, all of that, and also with Dream Doll, because they would have all been on Love and Hip Hop. I don't know about Dream Doll. I know Safaree and Self run Love and Hip Hop in New York at the same time, and they were cool. So that takes us into Safaree now. So what? They've broken up. This is a good couple of years now.
5 years, I think.
Right, and somehow Safaree ended up all in the mix as well. I feel like everybody came out because once she and Self was beefing, Mariah Lynn from Love and Hip Hop came out, Dream Doll came out and said something. Oh gosh, I can't remember her name. Oh. No, not Tyga. It's another girl from Love and Hip Hop. No, actually her name escapes me, but she came out and said something, and everybody was just, I don't know. I think everybody was trying to ride the wave yesterday. Everybody wanted a 5 minute, you know. So, you know, Nicki came for Safaree's alleged, well, not alleged because he got them, his hairline implants.
Yeah,
what do you call them? He got hairline restoration, right?
Can you like this word cheesy? Whatever.
I know. That's the word of the night. His hairline restoration. She went on Funk Flex and talked about how, you know, all his family didn't think that.
Sorry, Christian. Will you take that as cheesy though, okay?
But who cares? Like, people don't chat for a meal, like how to do chat for women.
You mean it's cheesy that she brought it up or that he did it? Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Wait.
No, who cares?
I agree.
So there was like undertones of like resentment.
Yeah, that's cheesy.
There was.
I wouldn't even say undertones.
Yeah,
she was resenting. Him like crazy.
So my question to Red and Xtina would be: was there ever a time that you and an ex like went back and forth on social media?
I wouldn't stoop to that. But it would happen socially where it would be that they said something and you said something. You can easily stoop to that.
Yeah.
Or you can easily get caught up in that. But then I would again stop myself from doing that because it looks. Look, watching this unfold shows how silly it looks.
By the way, they're like 36,
and they're big grown people.
They're getting an audience.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's like it's fun fodder to watch, but then when you really think about it, it's sad. I actually felt like. You're looking really stupid.
But it was reported that Nicki Minaj, the release of her album, her figures were very low.
Yeah.
So you think that this was to help boost
I don't think that would help boost it at all because
I mean, no. I mean, if you think that was the reasoning behind it, because that's what Self mentioned.
You know, it was 125.
I mean,
125,000 copies. That is so whack in 2018.
well, I guess.
Digital downloads.
Well,
Can you hate it, Cruz?
No, but I mean, like, you can't come in the hip hop game and don't expect A, B, and C. So it's like Nicki Minaj is being so dramatic. Like, she wanted to come in the hip hop game and then she wanted to dictate how am I supposed to talk to her, address her, deal with her. Oh, hell no.
I mean, all for, you know, being a woman. I know she was saying on Funk Flex so she never wanted that a man wrote her raps, or she never wanted to feel walked over by any of the men in the industry, and I totally respect that. Great.
Right.
But I think, but I think that she then really took to heart this mention of how Safaree used to write her raps, or allegedly used to write her raps. He subsequently came out and said he never did. No one else has come out and said they have, and she was like holding on to this like crazy. So like I said, she came for like his hairline restoration. He came back about how he almost tried to kill her, and then the ambulance came, and then about his family. So it was real messy. It was real messy.
It was.
So many people got into it, and
it was too much.
It was just too much yesterday. So I mean, we'll just have to see how all this unfolds. But I did listen to her album earlier, as I said. I like it. I will continue listening, and I hope she does better.
Any favorite songs that you think of for the listenership to?
I like Barbie Dreams, and I need to get the track list up because, of course, I was listening to it tonight, so I can't remember all the names.
I like the first one, Ganja Burns. That's
right. I listened to that as
well.
I like that one.
That really resonates well with you.
Burns.
Do stop.
Like it.
Yeah, I like it, man.
Like that one. You, like Marcus Mears, like that one, man.
Ganja Burns.
Wait.
Of course, this is the Pulse Radio Show powered by Cave Shepherd. Own the experience in association with Broad Street Men's and Women's Designer Wear.
It's X Marks the Pop, your latest in entertainment news, with your host, Xtina, keeping it live on the Pulse Radio Show.